guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany and I read tarot, do astrology, and all the spiritual woo-woo stuff. In this reading, we're going to be talking about what you can expect for the month of June. So I have 3 different piles for you today, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. You can base your decision off of the card or the crystal or the corresponding numbers. So once you do that, I will have a timestamp in the description so you can skip ahead. Just take the time to meditate on the cards and ask your intuition which pile is going to be the right one for you. And once you do that, you can move on ahead. Pause the video if you need to. I'm going to be moving on to pile 1 now. Hey guys, this is for those who chose pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the turtle card from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck and guidebook. I'll have a list of all the decks I used in today's reading. So when I see the turtle card here, I kind of think slow and steady wins the race. So there might be emphasis on you needing to slow down in the month of June. Maybe take the time to reevaluate your game plan, look at what you need to do, maybe change your path a little bit. Obviously, we'll get more into that with the tarot and the oracle cards that I already shuffled for you guys to save some time. But yeah, I will start off by shuffling the tarot so we can get a better idea of what's going on here. And yeah, I will put this somewhere. I will put this here for now. That works. And let's see. So pile 1. Okay, well, there we go. So we got Judgment and the Empress. Pile 1. What can pile 1 expect for the month of June? We have the Sun in reverse. Move that back. Pile 1. What can pile 1 expect in the month of June? We have the Hermit. Wow, all major arcana cards so far. That's really interesting. Move that back a little bit more. Oh, okay, we had another card fall out. We got the 8 of Cups. Wow, okay. And on the back of the deck, we have Death in the reverse. Wow. That is... Let me move that back a little bit. That seems pretty significant if you ask me. Almost all major arcanas. Okay, so for the themes of your month of June, we have Pisces, Aquarius, the 7th house, a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Let's see. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. Let me see if I can move these a little bit over some more. Okay. For the love card, we have back to what you love, reevaluate your desires. And for the advice cards, we have worry and time to wait. And these have little messages on the back as well. I will read those when I get to those. So I'll put the advice cards over here for now. And yeah, let's get started. So to start off, it looks like water energy is represented. So Cancer's Pisces, Scorpio. Also Virgo is represented with the Hermit here. And that's all I'm seeing for now. Death is Scorpio. We also have Pisces, Aquarius. So if you have any of those signs in your chart, then this message could be for you, but don't worry about that too much. Those could easily just be the energies of the reading. Numerology-wise, we have the number 3, which I found kind of interesting because with the Empress card, it's also number 3. So 3 could be a very significant number for you. The Hermit card is also 9. We have, is that 20? I think that's 20. What is that one? I'm bad at reading Roman numerals. Sorry, guys. Okay, Death is 10, 11, 13. And which one is this? So 10, 19, 19. Okay. So yeah, those numbers could be significant for you, but especially 3 because it's represented twice in the reading. So I will start off with the Judgment card. It seems as if you are making some sort of decision in the month of June. And this is emphasized with the Death card in reverse. This could have been a sort of decision that you were avoiding for a long time. There was some sort of ending, some sort of cycle that had to end for you, or that needs to end, depending on when you're watching this reading. And this decision is ultimately going to make you feel better about yourself with this Empress card here. Once you finally make this decision and move forward, close off the cycle of what you need to, you're ultimately going to feel more confident with yourself. Or it could be a representation that maybe your mind is a little bit, what's the word? Your mind's a little bit clouded, if that makes any sense. The Empress is a very confident and clear-headed figure. And as I'm looking at it now, in between Judgment and the Sun in reverse, there could be a little bit of cloudiness in there, but it could also just represent you becoming more confident in yourself. But with the Sun in reverse here, it seems as if this decision is weighing heavily on your mind, and it's creating maybe a little bit of pessimism, if I can talk, and you are just not feeling 100% yourself. This seems to be a pretty big decision. June is going to be a very significant month for you with all of these major arcana cards. Like, it's absolutely insane. But yeah, once you make this decision, sorry if you just randomly heard the fridge now, it's been making this weird sound. But anyway, once you make this decision, you might end up spending a lot of time in solitude. And I find it kind of interesting because we also have the 7th house here. So I feel like for a lot of you, not all of you, because this is a general reading, this could have to do with a relationship in your life, possibly a romantic relationship, a marriage. You might be having some second thoughts. You might be trying to decide whether or not it's worth it for you. Maybe there were some issues in the past, or maybe there were just underlying issues that have never been addressed, indicated with the Death card in reverse. So the month of June could indicate possibly a breakup. Now, I know that's not what everyone wants to hear, and if this does not apply to you in a romantic way, then it's not going to. I'll have other interpretations as well. It could also be interpreted into maybe career or some sort of life path thing where you have to make a big decision about what path you're going to take in your life, and maybe focus on career or just some other aspect of your life. The 7th house can also have to do with partnerships, like business partnerships. It can also have to do with a mentor. So for some of you, if you're beginning this new cycle in your life and you're starting on this new journey, which is also really indicated with the 8 of Cups here, you might meet someone who can help guide you along the way. So let's say you want to be an artist and you still have a lot you need to learn in that area. You might meet a mentor who can help guide you. You might get a job at an art studio or a gallery or something. That's just an example. That's not going to be for all of you. But there is a sense of either someone coming into your life or someone leaving your life, if that makes any sense. So if this has to do with love, you might go through a breakup or take a break in the month of June with this Hermit card here. And you might begin on this journey of solitude, of just a spiritual journey. You might begin on a spiritual journey after leaving whatever this is behind. Now, if it's a career or a path you were taking in life, it could have to be that you're leaving it behind, which will cause you to be in solitude for a little bit, but ultimately, by the end of June, you're going to be starting on a spiritual journey for yourself. And this journey might seem a little bit lonely at times. Spiritual journeys are not rainbow sunshine and butterflies. They're not happy all the time. They honestly require a lot of shadow work. And the shadow work is indicated to me because the natural house of Pisces is the 12th house, which really has to do with shadow work and reflection, regrets, endings. So that's heavily emphasized. There's going to be an ending of some sort in the month of June. Now, what ending that is, it's going to resonate differently with everyone. Now, with the Aquarius card here, its natural house being in the 11th house of social circles, goals, dreams, fame, stuff like that. Well, it's one of the houses that has to do with fame, but that's a whole different subject for a whole different day, because a lot of houses can represent that. With Aquarius here, which, like I said, has a natural, its natural house is in the 11th house, you could be reevaluating some friends or the people you're around. You could be reevaluating your goals and your dreams, which I mentioned before. And I find it interesting how you got the card, have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. So this could have a lot to do with your dreams and what path you want to follow. And with the 11th house for Aquarius aspecting the 5th house, it could be that this dream of yours, this goal of yours, is more creative in nature. And okay, so I will interpret this in 3 different ways. So, if it has to do with career and goals, so Aquarius, it could have to do with creativity or something that you enjoy. You could experience some blocks, you could experience some delays, and that's honestly indicated with the full moon in Aries. Aries is very impulsive, quick energy, and there's an indication that you need to slow down a little bit. Time to wait, and the turtle card here. So you might be in this state of feeling really anxious with the worry card here because things are not happening as quickly as you would want them to, or you're experiencing blocks and delays and stuff like that. And you might have to remind yourself to be patient, especially right now, because Saturn is in retrograde in Capricorn, which is its ruling sign. So that means it's going to be heavily emphasized. If you want to see what area of your life is going to be affected during the Saturn retrograde, look at where Capricorn falls in your house placements. Now, I practice sidereal astrology, so I'm not entirely sure where it's at in tropical astrology, but I know in sidereal astrology, it's definitely in Capricorn. So for this reading, Capricorn could be in your 7th house, your 11th house, or your 12th house. Anyway, so if it has to do with dreams and goals, Spirit is asking you to remain faithful that it's going to work out, that you need to continue having faith and working towards what it is that you want to work towards, but also understand that it's not going to happen overnight, that you're going to have to put in the work. But with the turtle card here, slow and steady wins the race. So you will start seeing results eventually, but in the month of June, you might feel a little bit discouraged and a little bit impatient. Now, if this has to do with the 12th house placement, like Capricorn in the 12th house, or Capricorn in the 12th house, Saturn retrograde in the 12th house, you could be dealing with some shadow work in the month of June. Hold on, I might have to sneeze. Okay, it went away. You might be dealing with some shadow work in the month of June. You might be making a decision to walk away from something, and this is indicated with the 8 of Cups here. You might be walking away from something and spending a lot of time in solitude. And shadow work, like I said before, is a part of the spiritual journey. It's not a fun one, but it's a necessary one, and it creates better results in the long run. So it could be that you're working more on your shadow work, and the 12th house aspects the 6th house of health and routines. So in a lot of ways, you might be also working on your mental health, if that makes any sense. So you might be doing shadow work, you might be spending some time in solitude and working on your spiritual side and taking that journey and working on your health, working on your mental health, just working on yourself in general. Now, with the 7th house here, if Capricorn falls into your 7th house, or if this just has to do with love in general, it could be that you're deciding to walk away from a relationship and again start on that spiritual journey with towards solitude and working on yourself. Now, the 7th house aspects the 1st house of self and identity. So this could cause you to create more of an identity, or you could have based your identity around this relationship, which is why you might be deciding to walk away from it. Whatever it is, it's going to be different for everyone. I might not be naming even every reason that could pop up with everyone, but there's a sense of all of these groups walking away from something in particular. And did I already go over Aquarius? Yeah, I did. A lot of these groups could be walking away from something that is not serving them anymore and walking towards something that's eventually going to bring them more rewards and success. Now, with the love card here, which this doesn't have to necessarily be just for this part of the reading, although I did kind of pull it for love, but it could also be a self-love sort of thing. It says, back to what you love, reevaluate your desires. So if this has to do with a romantic relationship, you could be reevaluating what it is that you want in a person. You could be reevaluating what it is that you want out of life. Maybe you and your person just don't have the same goals in mind, if that makes any sense. If it has to do with the 11th house here, it could be that you're reevaluating your goals, you're reevaluating your dreams. Maybe something that resonated with you a long time ago is not resonating with you now. So you might be walking away from one thing and going to another. Or if it's the social circle, then you might be walking away from friends that are not serving you anymore and walking towards something that's going to bring you more joy. And with the 12th house card with Pisces, it could just be that you're kind of reevaluating yourself, if that makes any sense. You might be creating more self-awareness within yourself in the month of June. But overall, there's a sense of needing to slow down. Slow and steady wins the race. There's not going to be a lot of quick change, like I said, because Saturn's in retrograde in Capricorn. So it's going to be a little bit chaotic. Not chaotic, I would say, but it might get a little bit annoying because you might want things to happen sooner than they will. But there's a sense of needing to reevaluate on what it is that you want out of life. That's the general message for whatever group in this reading. What am I trying to say? That's the general message for the people watching this reading. There we go. I'm going to school for speech pathology, so that's great. Anyway, so that's the general message for that. There's a sense of needing to reevaluate an aspect of your life so that you can move forward. And like I said before, Capricorn could be your 12th house, 11th house, or 7th house, but if it's not, just take the reading and how it resonates, because not every single fact is going to fit with every single story, you know what I mean? So just take that in mind. Now, if you do want a personal reading, I offer them currently on my Etsy. The link will be in the description. So if you want to further see what's going on, then you can do that, but don't feel pressure to do that at all. I'm just putting that out there for those who are actually interested. But anyway, there's a big sense of reevaluating your life and reevaluating different aspects of your life. So the cards that you got for advice cards are time to wait. There is a time for action and a time for patience. You have put in the hard work. Now there is nothing left to do but wait. When the timing is right, you will start to see results and your effort will pay off. And that's pretty much what I was saying. So there might be a little bit of impatience right now because you want things to happen sooner than they will. And you might want things to happen quicker than they're supposed to. But the lesson right now is that you're supposed to put in the hard work and allow things to flow naturally, because when you do that, again, slow and steady wins the race. So sometimes when we see very quick action and we see very quick results, in the long run, they might not be the results that we want. And that's a really big thing about Saturn being in its home sign of Capricorn. So there's a sense of the hard work that you put in, you will see results with. You will see stable and reliable results. You just have to be patient and allow things to flow the way they naturally would and continue putting in that hard work. The next card you got is worry. Your present worries are sapping a great deal of energy from you. While the situation may be stressful, it's time to make a conscious effort to focus on what you can do now to experience more peace. Dwelling on things that are in the past and worrying about how things might turn out in future. Wait, I think it's supposed to be might turn out in the future. But anyway. Worrying about how things might turn out in the future keep you from truly living this present moment. Trust that the situation creating this worry will soon pass, and choose a brighter outlook. Wow, I started I don't know what was going on with my brain there, but so yeah, you might be experiencing a lot of worry and a lot of anxiety right now because things are not happening as quickly as you would like them to. But Spirit is basically saying that this patience is going to be a virtue for you, and allowing things to play out in the way that they naturally would and putting in the effort, working towards this goal is really going to end up turning out well in the long run for you. And even though it might not be very quick, even though it might be a little bit tedious and might get super annoying, eventually you will see results as long as you put in that hard work. You just have to remember to be patient and continue working hard. Don't get discouraged if you're not seeing results immediately, because I promise you, you will begin seeing those results. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this reading. If this resonated with you already, click like, share, subscribe, comment, all of the above. Since this is a new channel, that would mean the absolute world to me. And I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. This is for those who chose pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So the card that you selected has to do with your current energies for the month of June. We will get into the oracle cards, which I already pre-shuffled for you to save some time. And I will also shuffle the tarot to see what's going on in your month of June. So the card that you got is Whale. So whenever I see this, I kind of think of stability and security, structure, but also confidence. The whale kind of swims through the ocean. It takes up a lot of space. Its energy is very known. Its presence is very known. It's kind of hard to miss a whale. But I feel like you are really, for the month of June, you're beginning to come out of your shell maybe. You're maybe starting to express yourself more and kind of put yourself out there more. That's what I'm getting from this card only, but we will get into the other cards as well and see what Spirit has to say. So I will put this right here for now. And yeah, let's shuffle your tarot. So pile 2. What can pile 2 expect for the month of June? What can pile 2 expect for the month of June? Okay. What can pile 2 expect for the month of June? Pile 2, month of June. So we have the 8 of Cups in the reverse. Let's see. Pile 2, month of June. Pile 2, month of June. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So a lot of earth energy. And on the back of the deck, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. So put that right here. Make sure everything is showing. Yep. Okay. So for the Oracle cards, you got the 5th house, Cancer, Scorpio. Don't let pride get in your way. Luck is on your side. Oh, and don't let pride get in your way is full moon in Leo. Luck is on your side is new moon in Sagittarius. For the love card, you got be willing to express love to receive love. Put that over here. And for the advice cards, you got stretch yourself and hiding. So these cards actually also have messages on the back as well. I will get to those a little bit later, but for now, we will start going over these cards. So let's see. So I'll start off with the astrology signs. So we have Earth energy, King of Pentacles is specifically, I want to say Capricorn. I could be wrong on that. But we have water, air, and we have water, air, and earth being represented. So water being Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, air being Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And with the Pentacles, we pretty much all have all earth energy represented, so that'd be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So you could be one of those signs, but if not, don't worry about it, as those could just be the energies of the reading. So as long as the reading resonates with you, that's all that matters. Cancer and Scorpio is also represented again. And the 5th house, its natural sign is Leo, so that could also be significant in your chart. Again, could just be the energies of the reading. Numerology-wise, the number that is represented is the number 6. So that could be a significant number for you in the month of June. I can get that back over here. And, wait, never mind. I thought, instead of page, I thought it said 6. I was about to get excited. But anyway, moving on. So with the 8 of Cups in the reverse, it seems as if maybe you're ending a journey. Or maybe you had some time to yourself for a while, and now you're kind of ending that journey. Or it could be that you're avoiding a sort of spiritual journey that you need to take. Because the 8 of Cups in the upright represents kind of putting yourself into solitude and taking a spiritual journey on your own. But in the reverse, it could mean that you're maybe avoiding doing that, or you're avoiding choosing a path to take, or you're avoiding, you might be avoiding something that you need to do, but it could also represent that you're at the end of that, if you have been. But I kind of think it represents maybe you avoiding it, especially with this King of Pentacles in the reverse, and also the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. The 2 of Pentacles typically represents decisions and weighing out the options and making the most logical decision. So you seem to be trying to make a decision in the month of June, and you might be weighing out the pros and the cons of it. You might not know what to do, but it kind of seems like you might be, you might be kind of avoiding it. Even though the 4 of Swords can represent contemplation, I kind of feel like you might be too much in your head, if that makes any sense. Like, sometimes we can be too much in our head to the point that we're not properly dealing with the things that we need to deal with, and we're not really getting any of the necessary work done. Now, with the King of Pentacles here, I kind of think that maybe there's a sense of, instability. I feel like you might have a lot of instability in your life. You might be a little bit self-conscious, if that makes any sense. And that could be the thing that you're dealing with. It could be the thing that you're avoiding dealing with. You might have some insecurities that finally come to the surface, and now you're like, oh great, I have to deal with them, but it's a lot of effort to deal with them. So you might be, but there seems to be a lot of insecurity. And I also get that with the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy, but it's kind of like a slow and steady wins the race sort of thing. I use that in pile 1 too. Pile 1 might resonate with you, so if you feel called to, check that pile out. But anyway, with the Knight of Pentacles here, there seems to be some sort of offer coming in. So but this offer may not be the most stable with it being in the reverse. So you might be kind of stuck on this limbo, maybe? You might be stuck in a limbo, honestly. I'm picking up a lot of different energies. Like, I'm kind of confused, to be completely honest, but I think it's because there are so many things going on for so many people that are watching this, or that will watch this. But there is emphasis on you being stressed over a decision, or you being really in your head about making a decision and choosing a sort of path for yourself. But with the Knight of Pentacles, there does seem to be an offer coming your way that may not be the most stable, or if it's not even an offer, it could be that you might start seeing potential in the wrong places. I'm kind of curious about that one. With the Page of Swords, though, in the reverse, there is definitely an emphasis on a lack of mental clarity. You might definitely be experiencing some mental clarity, or a lot of mental stagnation, a lot of mental unclarity. Is that a thing? Or a phrase, I mean? I don't know. Anyway. So there seems to be a little bit of muddiness in your mind. You might not be able to think straight right now, and in the month of June, you might be dealing with some self-confidence issues. You might be really in your head during this month. And that's also indicated with the Scorpio card here, and maybe even the Cancer card. So in the house systems, Scorpio naturally represents the 8th house, and Cancer naturally represents the 4th house. The 8th house has to do with like death, regeneration, inheritances and stuff like that. It's kind of a weird house, like kind of hard to understand. And the 4th house represents home, family, roots, past, stuff like that, ancestry. So it could be that you're in your head about the past a lot, if that makes any sense. You could be in this energy of having not a lot of mental clarity because of it. You could be going through a transformation of some sort. You could be avoiding dealing with some shadow work, if that resonates. But yeah, it's weird because even though you are in these energies, there's also like a feeling self-conscious, or not, it's not weird, but you are in these energies of feeling very self-conscious in the month of June. And conscious. Anyway, in the month of June, you're feeling not completely confident with yourself. And you're really being stuck in your head. But there's also emphasis on you coming out of that. Like, we have so many cards that talk about expressing yourself and being confident, expressing yourself again, coming out of your hiding, just showing yourself off, So I feel like in June, you're going to be coming out of this energy of feeling very self-conscious and in your head and unable to make decisions because of that. And you're going to come out being able to more confidently express what it is that you want and need in your life. So let's see. And Capricorn is in retrograde. No, Saturn's in retrograde in Capricorn. There we go. Oh my gosh. Saturn's in retrograde in Capricorn in the month of June. I think on to September, October. But when it comes to the shadow work aspect of things, Scorpio which is the natural ruler of the 8th house, you could have like your Capricorn placement in the 8th house maybe. But you could be experiencing some blocks, some delays in that area. So maybe you're having a hard time getting out of this energy of feeling very insecure. And you might be really, with the 4th house, with Cancer, natural ruler, the 4th house, Capricorn could also be in your 4th house, which has to do with like family, past, and stuff like that. Already said what it was, but you could be dealing with the past. You could be dealing with a lot of mental energy right now that's really clouding your mind, and you may not be able to express yourself in the way that you want to. I think a lot of these expression cards came out because you might be having a hard time expressing yourself, if that makes any sense. And with the 5th house, that's also indicated as well, because the 5th house indicates, is the house of creativity, romance, love, joy, pleasures, and stuff like that. So you might be having a really hard time expressing yourself in these areas. You might be in your head. You might be maybe not wanting to deal with stuff, if that makes any sense. You might be living in the past. You could be stressed about these internal energies that are going on. You may have some creative blocks. You could have some insecurity issues, like I said before. But there seems to be a lot of blockage right now, or a lot of repressed energy, and you're having a hard time expressing yourself. And this could have, with the love card here, I'm not really getting too much about love, but I did pull this for love. You could be having a hard time expressing yourself to your partner, or if this has to do, and the 5th house can have to do with dating, so you might have a hard time expressing yourself to other people. Maybe if you're dating right now, or if you're dealing with romantic situations, you could have a hard time expressing yourself to that other person. Or you could have a hard time expressing yourself to your parents, specifically your mom, because the 4th house is typically the house of the mother as well. But I feel like you might just have an issue expressing yourself in the month of June. Your deepest self, and also okay, what am I trying to say? You could have an issue expressing your deepest self, and it's really creating issues in your outward self. Does that make any sense? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. There are a lot of issues with self-expression in the month of June. So, like I said before, the natural ruling house for Scorpio is the 8th house. And let's say you have Saturn in retrograde in your 8th house. That would aspect the 2nd house, which has to do with money and finances. So maybe when it comes to work, you're having a hard time expressing yourself, and that's kind of keeping you held back. You might be struggling to prove yourself to the people that are around you. You might be struggling to get those material gains and really, what is the word? Connect with people at your work, if that makes any sense. And again, Capricorn doesn't necessarily have to be in any of these houses. Like, this is going to resonate in different ways for different people. This is a general reading, so if not everything resonates with you, just remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. So now, Cancer, the 4th house, what am I trying to say? Oh my gosh. The 4th house aspects the 10th house of destiny and career. So if this has to do with your career, you might be letting your past hold you back from achieving what it is that you want, which is why you're sort of at this weird crossroads for making a decision. You're kind of juggling options right now. You might really be in your head when it comes to being in the past, and maybe your family is heavily influencing what path you choose to take and what direction you decide to go in, which is kind of causing this mental anguish in regards to deciding what to do. Now, the 5th house aspects the 11th house of social circles, goals and dreams, sometimes fame, sometimes social followings, stuff like that. Now, because you might have a hard time expressing yourself in a creative way or in a romantic way, or like dating or friendships or whatever, you might have a hard time expressing yourself to your friends and maybe the people you're dating or romantically involved in. Overall, I'm kind of rambling at this point, but overall, you're going to have a hard time, or you might have a hard time expressing yourself in the month of June, and you might be seeing these effects already. But don't worry, you're going to be able to get out of this, because with this new moon in Sagittarius card, luck is on your side. I really feel like you're going to be able to overcome this energy and get to a place that is going to be better for you. You're going to be able to get out this mental energy that's leaving you trapped and go in a direction that's going to bring you more prosperity, that's going to bring you more luck and happiness overall, because the 5th house also has to do with joy. So once you get out of this mental energy, things are going to start falling into place, I feel like. Now, with Saturn being in retrograde in its home sign of Capricorn, it might take a while, I will say. Since it's in Capricorn, its home sign, there's going to be emphasized energy on the limitations and restrictions that Saturn typically brings. But I feel like you're going to be able to overcome that. Now, with Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way, full moon in Leo, I feel like I don't necessarily take it as pride, but I take it as you might have a tendency of keeping yourself in this rut. You might be intentionally or unintentionally keeping yourself in this limbo of being stuck in your head instead of actually taking action to get out of it and to do something about it. So when I see the Pride card for full moon in Leo, I really think it's more of a don't let this get in your way. Express yourself. Don't let your insecurities get in your way, you know? Like, don't let the past hold you back. Don't let your mind hold you back. Don't let the blockages hold you back. Like, push forward, even though it might seem difficult. Like, try pushing forward. Don't let those things get in your way from succeeding. So that's what I'm getting from that. I don't think you're necessarily prideful about anything. I think it's just you might be maybe keeping yourself in this energy unintentionally or intentionally. I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. Now, for the advice cards, you have Stretch Yourself and Hiding. Stretch Yourself says, you are capable of so much more than you believe. Challenge yourself to be the best that you can be. Dare to push the limits and discover your true potential. Stretch yourself. So yeah, there is a heavy indication of you needing to express yourself more, like I've said, I think a lot. So if you keep yourself hidden and again, I forgot that it even said hiding for like a brief second, but yeah, hiding. If you keep yourself hidden, you're going to miss out on a lot of things. So it's okay to express yourself. It's okay to express your deepest thoughts. It's okay to express yourself to your family or your friends or in your career. It's okay to express yourself, because I feel like right now you might be holding back a lot out of insecurity, but Spirit is really saying it's okay to show off. It's okay to express yourself and be your most authentic self. Now, with this don't let pride get in your way, full moon and Leo card, that could also be maybe a warning, like if you're building your confidence, remember to be a little bit humble too. Like, don't get overly self-absorbed. So that might be for a few of you out there. I just felt the need to say that. But there is this indication that you need to express yourself more. And if you have an idea about something at work, put that idea out there. If you are really into someone that you're dating, don't try hiding yourself. Like, be your most authentic self with them. If you are having some issues expressing yourself to your friends, then know that you are able to express yourself to them. It's going to resonate with different people in different ways. If you want a more personalized kind of reading, I do offer personal readings on Etsy right now. The link will be in the description, but don't feel pressure to get a reading, because I don't want you to feel pressured at all. Because I'm really hoping this general reading is resonating enough. But anyway, the second advice card you got is hiding. There is no need for you to take a back seat in the situation. You have what it takes to deal with the situation that has presented itself. There is no need for hesitation. Draw on your experience and your inner strength and step into the limelight. It's your time to shine. So yeah, there's a sense. So yeah, I think in June, you're really going to be learning how to be more confident in yourself, and you're going to come out of your shell and feel more confident in your abilities and your opinions and what it is that you know you can do, what you want to do. You're going to learn how to be more expressive towards people, and that's ultimately going to help you bring more luck into your life. Because I feel like right now you might be experiencing obstacles because you're keeping yourself hidden, but it's when you come out of your shell and express yourself and allow yourself to be the confident person that you deserve to be, that's when you're going to start seeing more results. But you just have to kind of get outside the box a little bit and allow yourself to shine. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this reading. If this video already resonated with you, click like, share, subscribe, comment, all of the above. That will mean the absolute world to me, because this is a new channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, this is for those who picked pile 3. Welcome to your reading. In this reading, we're going to be talking about what you can expect for the month of June. So you picked out this card already, and we have some oracle cards that I already shuffled for you to save some time, and I'll also be shuffling the tarot cards. So stay tuned for that. I'm really curious to see what your pile is going to come up with, because pile 1 and pile 2 were very interesting and very different, very unique in their own ways. So I'm curious to see what comes up for you. So I'll get started. The card you got is Zebra. So when I first pulled this card in my meditation, my first thought was creativity. So there is a very creative aspect to this pile, whether you're actually artistic, like music or art or graphic designing, etc., or you're just creating something for yourself in the month of June. There's a big sense of creation, like you are creating something or you are being creative in the month of June. So that's really cool. I'm going to put this card off to the side right now, because I'm not going to be able to tell everything from a zebra card. But, okay, so I'm going to shuffle the tarot now and see what other types of energies we can pull for you. So pile 3. What can pile 3 expect for the month of June? General reading, pile 3. Ooh, we got one card already. We got the Chariot in the reverse. Pile 3, month of June. Pile 3, Month of June for pile 3. What can pile 3 expect? Okay, we got 2 cards. Got the Devil, the 7 of Wands, pile 3, month of June. Month of June for pile 3. Okay, pile 3, month of June. We got the Lovers in the reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and on the back of the deck we have the King of Cups. Put that right here. Okay, so for the Oracle cards you got the 11th house, you got in Scorpio, the 9th house, a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer, have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. For the love card, you got turn on your heart light, reflect on a time when you experienced love. And for the advice cards, you got wake up and get started and courage. And these cards have messages on the back that I will read a little bit later, so stay tuned. Okay, in regards to astrology, we pretty much have all of the signs represented with the Wheel of Fortune card here. So that's cool, but there's an emphasis on Cancer, Capricorn, the fire signs, so Leo, Sagittarius and Aries. There's Gemini. There's also, I think King of Cups is Pisces. The 11th house Aquarius, 9th house is Sagittarius, and then Scorpio. So those are the signs that are most emphasized, but all of the signs are represented with the Wheel of Fortune. Those could just be the energy of the readings. So if you don't have any of the signs that I named specifically in your chart, don't worry about it. And for numerology, you got the number 36, which breaks down into 9. So one or both of those numbers could be significant to you in the month of June. So let's get started. So it seems like you were in a state of limbo for a long time with the Chariot in the reverse here. And a lot of it had to do with some bad habits that you may have had. And sorry if you just heard my cat meow. She will probably get in and out of the frame and, cat things. Anyway, so you may have been in a state of limbo for a long time with the Chariot in the reverse, and it could have had to do with bad habits. Like maybe you were just kind of in this state of not really wanting to let go of the bad habits that you had picked up for yourself, or maybe these were habits that you had picked up on in your upbringing. Like they were just bad habits that you had been in. But it could also represent that maybe you were kind of stuck in this position of being in a toxic environment or in a toxic setting around toxic people in some sort of toxic situation. It's a general reading, so everything's going to resonate differently for everyone, but there's a sense of toxicity and you being in some sort of toxic situation, whether they are habits or whether they are settings or people or whatever. Like there's just emphasis on you being around toxicity. But with the Seven of Wands here, it seems like being around this toxicity has kind of made you stronger. Like it has made it so your defenses are more up and you're able to fight back and honestly stand up for yourself. This could, with the 11th house here, you could have been involved in some sort of toxic friend group. Onyx, stop it. She's rubbing up against the tripod and she will knock it down. She does not care. Anyway, with the 11th house here, you could have definitely been involved in a toxic friend group, and you stop it. You could have been involved in a toxic friend group. Oh my gosh. Or you could have been involved in some sort of toxic higher education sort of thing. The ninth house typically represents higher education philosophies, or did I say travel? Yeah, travel, philosophies, higher education. I'm getting so distracted by my cat. I'm sorry. But anyway, you could have been involved in some kind of toxic situation, whatever it was. It was very toxic. It was not the best environment for you. You could have had a really bad mindset about certain things, but you have built up resilience and you have kind of built up your walls, not necessarily in a bad way, but you kind of know how to defend yourself now. And I do think that either by the time June comes around or sometime during June, you're going to realize this toxicity and therefore break out of it. Now, with the Lovers in the reverse here, I do see that there might be a little bit of imbalance in your life right now. In the month of June, you might go through some sort of weird cycle. With the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, it typically represents a bad cycle, but for this reading, I'm kind of seeing more of a... Stop it! Sorry, it's my cat again. With this reading specifically, I'm kind of seeing a just more off cycle, if that makes any sense. So you might be cutting out this energy right here and you're entering into a new one. And yeah, with the Lovers in the reverse here, it's almost like you made the decision to walk away from all of this. You made the decision, you opened your eyes, Onyx, stop it. You opened your eyes and you made the decision to walk away from this, and now you're kind of in this weird cycle where you're not really sure what to do and you're not really sure what course of action to take. But with this King of Cups here, that's a heavy indication that you have matured a lot in the process and that you have become a better person as a result. The King of Cups is a very mature, very wise, calm energy. So I really do get the impression that you are growing as a person by deciding to cut off this toxicity. And I find it interesting how you got 4 major arcana cards, and so this means that it's going to be a very significant time for you. But yeah, so with the 11th house here, the 11th house has to do with goals, dreams, social circles, which is why I kind of think this could have had to do with the social circle. But for some of you at least, it's going to be different for everyone. But if it has to do with a goal and a dream of yours, then there's heavy indication that you're going to be taking a lot of efforts in the month of June to expand your mind and to learn more about what it is that you want. And I feel like this is going to work out really well for you because you got the card Have Faith in Your Dreams. So I think that's a very positive card indicating like put the work forward and know that even if things are not looking bright right now, like you're on the right path, you're doing good things. So if it has to do with this goals and dreams, I do see that being really awesome for you. If it has to do with the social circles, sorry, I blinked out again. My cat decided to get the zoomies, and she's like the only cat in the house that has them right now. So anyway, but with okay, where am I at? Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, what I was saying, your goals could, if this more has to do with your goals and your dreams and what you want for yourself, this could have to do with creativity. Like maybe you're an artist or a musician, or maybe you just want to create something With the 8th house here, that could also represent that maybe some of you, I think this is going to be a small population, like that's what I'm hearing, want to do stuff that the 8th house can represent with Scorpio here, like astrology, divination, like tarot, or occult type of things. So there's like a sense of you creating something for yourself or wanting to create something for yourself. And you are, and it seems as if you're leaving all of this bad energy behind just so you can push forward into this energy. So with the 11th house here, the 11th house aspects the 5th house of creativity and joy and pleasures, romance, dating, stuff like that. Also gambling. But with the 11th house placements here, so if this has to do with like social circle type of things, I feel like the social circle you were around was maybe toxic. Like maybe they were really into partying and you just realized that you weren't really into that, or you were just like in a friend group that was very dramatic or had a lot of drama in it. So that could resonate for some of you. With the 8th house here in Scorpio, or the natural ruling house of, or the natural ruling sign of the 8th house is Scorpio. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. But the 8th house aspects the 2nd house. So if it has to do with a goal, or if you're into like the occult stuff like tarot or other forms of divination or astrology, there is indication that you will be more successful from that. Like as time goes on, you will start seeing some more material gain from that, which is really cool. The 9th house aspects the 3rd house. Yes, the 9th house aspects the 3rd house. So I do feel like, especially with the Gemini representation here, I feel like you are going to be meeting people to help expand your mind in the month of June. You are going to be, if you're leaving a situation behind, no matter what it is, if you're leaving a situation behind and you're either moving on to a different friend group, or you're going after a goal, planning to learn about like going to college for that goal or that dream, or you're into like the occult stuff and you're wanting to learn more about that and do something with that, then I feel like with the 9th house here aspecting the 3rd house, there is indication of you meeting a lot of people who will help guide you. Like it could be that you go to a class for something and meet a lot of like-minded people who have the same goal as you, or maybe you'll meet a mentor or join a club or something, or you might even do some traveling if that is fine by the time you see this. But there's indication that you're going to meet people who will help you learn what it is that you need to learn to achieve these goals, or just meet people like in your soul tribe, people who are very like-minded, that are more in a line with you and your soul's purpose. So with a personal issue reaches resolution here, I do feel like if it has to do, I feel like what it's saying is that this weird off cycle that you're in right now is going to come to an end. This is not forever, it's just temporary. I feel like you will be able to overcome this Wheel of Fortune in reverse and become this King of Cups. So I do feel like this cycle will end and that things are going to end up being okay again. You just have to give it a little bit of time and a little bit of breathing room, if that makes any sense. And again, it's good to have faith in your dreams. It's good to put forth the effort and go after what it is that you want, whether it's a new friend group or working with the occult or doing something creative or expanding your mind, meeting people that will help you do so. Whatever it is that your goal is, this is an indication that it's okay to dream big. It's okay to reach for the clouds and to go after what it is that you want to do. So that's really nice. Now for the love card here, I'm not really getting a lot of stuff about love in this reading. But the card we got is turn on your heart light, reflect on a time when you experienced love. So whenever I see this card, I kind of take it as reflect on the good memories. Reflect, you're going to find a lot of your creative inspiration and your motivation off of the good memories that you have. And you're going to attract a lot of people to you when you raise your vibrations more. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that the energy we put off is going to be the energy that we receive in turn. So if you're putting out this really pessimistic energy, then you're going to get pessimism in return. And I'm not trying to say that in a toxic positivity way, because it's okay to experience negative emotions, because those emotions are what make us human. But it's going to be important for you to raise your vibration and raise your vibration to what you want to attract. If you want to attract something in particular, put out the energy that you would like to receive in return, is what I'm trying to say. So I feel like this card has more to do with a self-love kind of thing. You need to learn what you deserve. You need to learn what you can attain, and know that you are worth it. Know that you are deserving of all of this good stuff and of success. And once you come to that conclusion, that's going to allow you to put off that energy and therefore attract the right kinds of people and the right kinds of situations to you. So that's what I'm taking it as. I'm taking it more as self-love. So sorry for the people who wanted to actually hear about a relationship. And, maybe you could attract a relationship during this time. Maybe you'll meet someone in a friend group that you end up dating. I can do a separate reading for June about specific love messages, but this is more of a general pick up on whatever I can sort of thing. So I really, you could meet someone through a new friend group or through a hobby or something, or a creative outlet. But I think a lot of your focus right now should be to put the energy back on yourself and go after your goals and meet friends who are more like-minded and who are going to help your soul's growth. So the advice cards you got are Wake Up and Get Started and Courage. So the Wake Up and Get Started card says, now is a great time to start new projects. Your mind will soon be filled with countless new ideas and possibilities. Wake up and embrace this time of action and progress. The sky is the limit. So I really do think Spirit is saying, go for it. Don't be scared. Go for it. If you had some insecurities about going after a goal, don't be insecure. Just go for it. You are capable of doing so much more than you think you are. And your creativity or the way that you express yourself is going to be super important for your soul's growth. And this is going to be a really good time for you to create something for yourself and to go after what it is that you want. So Spirit is really saying, it's really kind of yelling, I feel like. I'm kind of hearing yelling, but Spirit is really kind of yelling at you yo, do it, just do it. Just do it. Just go ahead and fulfill whatever goal it is that you want. Just take the time to do it, And the second card you got is Courage. You are being challenged to do what you know is right. Draw on your inner bravery and move forward decisively and with confidence, knowing that there are no mistakes, only experiences from which to learn and grow. Step up to the plate when the time is right, and your courage will see you succeed. So I really think this has to do with the Seven of Wands right here, because the Seven of Wands is all about courage and building up resilience, building up your defenses, and really being brave. And I also think the Lovers in reverse is represented with the walking away. So I think this is a confirmation from Spirit or the universe that you are on the right path, and that walking away from this toxicity is going to be good for you, and that your courage and your bravery for doing that is going to end up rewarding you in the future. Now, how fast the success is going to come, I don't necessarily know. If you want more in-depth answers about that, I do offer readings on my Etsy, like personal readings. So the link will be in the description, but don't feel pressured to do that. I'm just putting it out there for those who are actually interested. But Saturn, what I was about to say is that Saturn is in retrograde right now. So depending on where it is in your houses, which it could be the 11th house for you, it could be the 8th house, or it could be the 9th house, you could be, it's in retrograde in Capricorn. I follow sidereal astrology, but if you could be experiencing some delays or restrictions or limitations, which are going to be a little bit more emphasized just because Saturn is in its home sign of Capricorn. And again, I follow sidereal astrology. I think for tropical, it's Aquarius. So take it as you will. But you might experience some restrictions and some maybe delays in this area. So I think that's why the Have Faith in Your Dreams card came out, because you may not see quick results, but you will be able to see the results as time goes on. But Spirit really just wants you to know that you are on the right path, and that walking away from this toxic energy is going to really benefit you in the long run, and that it's a really good time to take action and go towards the goals that you want to. So this is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this reading. If you like this reading, if it already resonates with you, click like, share, subscribe, comment, all of the above. That will mean the absolute world to me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.